Hey guys, I'm pumped to be back today with this soft glittery cut crease situation I got going on. I think I'm going to call this video Soft Drugstore Glam. Yes, you heard it right, I said drugstore. Let's get it. Starting out by priming my lids with the Hard Candy Glamoflauge concealer, and I'm applying this with a synthetic brush, and then I'm blending it out with a damp beauty blender. I'm also dragging it just underneath my eyes a tiny bit. Next, I'm going to take this matte eyeshadow by NYX. It's called I Have a Headache, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid, and this is just going to set the concealer. This will act as a base for the rest of my eyeshadows, so they blend really smoothly over top of one another, and I'm also going to drag this right under my brows. Next, with my Art Store brush, I'm taking a bit of Blame It on Midnight by NYX, which is sort of like a warm light brown, and I'm blending it into my crease as a transition shade. Now I'm taking the Sunny Bronzer by NYC, and I'm using it as an eyeshadow. I'm going to place it in the middle to my outer crease area for a little bit more definition, and I'm not dragging it to the front of the crease at all, just concentrating it on the outer edge. And you'll notice I'm kind of flicking it outwards and sort of winging it out a little bit. I'm also making sure to keep this just in the crease, no lower than the crease, because I do want to create sort of like a soft cut crease. And then I'm just going to go back in and touch up my brow bone. I'm so excited to finally be using this on camera. This is the All About Sunrise eyeshadow palette by Essence Cosmetics. It has 6 beautiful shimmery shades, and I'm going to start out by using this nice bronzy one, and I'm going to deepen up that outer edge just a little bit. I'm not pressing too hard, just enough so that it's visible. It adds a really nice, subtle, sort of shimmery touch. With whatever's left on my synthetic brush that I used in the beginning, I'm just sort of cleaning up below my crease area, and this is basically a lazy girl's version of a cut crease. There is another method, but this is the easier way, especially if you are in a rush, or if you're not as confident with doing this, or if you're just straight up lazy like me. Now I'm getting another synthetic brush wet with my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm taking a little bit of this gorgeous light ivory shade and the champagne shade next to it. I'm tapping off the excess on my lid, and then I'm just packing it on the bottom half of my lid and sort of dragging it along that cut crease. And then with an angled brush, I'm taking a bit more of my NYC bronzer, and I'm going to drag it along the cut crease, and what this is going to do is intensify that line, and you'll notice that I'm actually dragging my brush on its side and pulling the color upwards towards my brow. I'm doing this very light-handed. Basically what this is doing is sort of creating a softly blended gradient with whatever's left on the brush. So most of the product is going on that line, and then whatever's left on it is being lightly swept upwards. I'm going in with my Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Eye Booster Pen and creating a winged eyeliner. Today I'm creating a decent size wing, but I'm leaving the liner along my lash line a little bit more thin. And now for the exciting part, I'm going to go in with this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art in the shade Topaz Twinkle. This eye art product is double-sided. One end is like a cream eyeshadow, the other end is glitter. They come in a bunch of different colors. I chose this one specifically for this look. I would advise not doing too many coats of this either, because it will dry and it'll turn super crusty and it'll flake off.
But I will wait for you. There's nothing left for me to do than run and act myself a fool. No point in trusting.
For mascara today, I'm using my Essence Cosmetics I Heart Extreme Mascara. And then for my falsies, I'm taking my Demi Wispies by Ardell and I'm snipping them. I'm taking the eyelash, I'm cutting off a quarter of it from the end of the eyelash, and I'm basically going to stack the two pieces on top of one another. So first I'm applying the larger piece to the edge of my lash line, and then I'm taking the smaller piece and I'm stacking it over top of the very end of my lash line, if that makes sense. So most of the volume is going to be at the end of my lash. This, in my opinion, gives a more dreamy, soft look, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just like to avoid false lashes in the inner corners of my eyes altogether because they look a bit more false that way. Lately, I've just been wearing sort of half lashes on the edges of my eyes, and I have been loving it. So moving on to the face, I'm starting out by priming with my e.l.f. Mineral Primer, and I'm just pressing it into the areas of my face that are most porous, so the whole fucking thing. For foundation, I'm doing a combination of the L'Oreal Infallable Pro Matte Foundation in Classic Ivory and the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous in 115. I'm just going to buff that into my skin with a Real Techniques brush. For concealer today, I dug through my collection and I found a concealer I've never used on camera. At least I don't think I have. This is the Hard Candy Light Bright Concealer, and I'm mixing it with the Maybelline Age Rewind in the Neutralizer shade. The Hard Candy one is super pale and the Maybelline one is yellow, so the tone of it is perfect with my fair skin right now. But I wasn't too crazy on the consistency, to be honest, but you know your girl made it work. Once I blended that in with a damp beauty blender, I'm going to set my under eye area with the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm using my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation in Ivory, and I'm pressing it into my skin with an e.l.f. Flat Top Powder Brush. This brush is life. It's only like $3 or $4, and it is absolutely unreal. Using that same brush, because I love it so much, I'm going to warm up my skin with the NYC Sunny Bronzer. For blush today, I'm going in with my Sonia Kashuk Beautifying blush in the shade Melon. Now I'm taking a bit more of that NYC Sunny Bronzer and I'm going to run it along my bottom lash line and I'm sort of blowing it out. And then for highlight, I'm using one of the eyeshadows from the Essence palette that I used on my eyes earlier. I don't know if you can tell, but I was pretty pumped when I saw how this transferred on my skin. It looks so good. And then I'm also going to take a bit of that same eyeshadow and I'm going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, which I think always adds a really dreamy touch to the eye area. It just really opens up the eyes. And speaking of opening up the eyes, I'm going to run some white eyeliner into my waterline, and then I'm going to hit up my bottom lashes with some Rimmel mascara. For my lips, I'm starting out with this Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in Nude, and then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Conditioning Balm, and this is in Nice and Natural, which smells divine. It smells like some kind of shea butter, coconut goodness. It feels great on the lips. I also have a pinky one. I would highly recommend these. And then I'm going to top my lips with the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. So that brings us to the end of yet another drugstore makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it and you want more of these videos, give this video a thumbs up. As always, all of the products that I use will be listed in the description box below, along with all of my social media platforms. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.